Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I am finally back from vacation. And my friends, it's time of course to get back into some Horizon Zero Dawn videos to test the remaining GPUs, which are about like 30 or something like that. Anyways, this time around we're gonna test the GTX 1660 Ti, of course. And by the way, while I was away on vacation, our boy Plazos Plays, he actually boosted our Discord server. So thank you very much for that. It's actually the first time that it happened, I think. And of course, I also gotta send a massive thanks to our boy Isochef, aka a goddamn egg, aka Rainbowistic Farts. This guy is just amazing, guys. Just show him some love in the Discord server. It's down below in the description. And yeah, he has been managing our server here on Discord for a long time, and I just can't thank you enough, man. Okay, moving on. I'm testing this one with the Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM. You should get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 3 3300X. So I'm gonna be testing this game at 1920 by 1080 as well as 2560 by 1440. So 1080p and 1440p, starting off at 1080p of course. And as you can see over here, I'm gonna start by testing medium settings at 1080p, and then we're gonna do high or favor quality and ultra, always with the motion blur disabled because I don't like that effect. Okay, let's move on here, guys. We're playing right now on the medium settings. The game stutters a little bit, as you could see right there. I'm not sure if it's because something was still loading or something, but yeah, anyways, this game isn't really that well optimized for GPUs that have less than 8 GB of VRAM. You see those spikes in the frame time graph, those are absolutely caused like 100% by the VRAM, okay? Because this game actually uses more than 7 GB of VRAM on medium settings. Alright guys, that's just insane. So it just stutters a little bit in 6 gig cards as well as 4 gig cards, and 2 gig cards, yeah, 2 gig cards are just pretty much dead for this game, I guess. I mean, you can still play it with 2 gig cards. I tested the 750 Ti and that ran decently well at 720p. I wasn't really expecting that, but it's just a shame to see this game stutter so much here on medium settings. And I wouldn't really play this one on low at 1080p because, well, let's be honest, guys, the game looks really good on medium, way better than low settings. And if you have a 1660 Ti, I would personally just eat those stutters, I guess, and play this game with these beautiful graphics, because you can actually get used to these stutters. They're not really game breaking in my opinion. And by the way, the 1660 Super will run this game pretty much the same as the Ti version. As you probably know, the Super is like 5% slower than the Ti, so if you overclock the Super, it will run basically the same as the Ti. Quite a shame to see it stutter so much, to be honest, but you know, it's not game breaking, and I would personally have no problems playing like this. It just makes those 1% lows really ugly and quite like, it's not very smooth, you know. It's jittery sometimes, very jittery. And the RX 580 8GB and RX 570 8GB that I tested here in this game as well, they don't suffer from this issue. So I definitely think that this game needs some, like, at least more compressed textures here on medium settings. So if you want a 75 FPS on average experience with a couple of stutters here and there and very beautiful graphics at 1080p, you can play on medium settings. If you want like a smooth experience without stuttering, you can play on low settings. As you can see, just testing it for a little bit here on low, just so you know that the game actually doesn't stutter, okay? So as you can see, those spikes in the frame time graph are pretty much gone, or they're very minor and not noticeable. Our VRAM utilization, oh gosh, that was a big one actually. Maybe something was loading, you know. This game actually suffers a lot from that. Whenever you load a new area, it just tends to stutter again. So yep, but it's way smoother right now. 1% lows are above 60, and if we kept on running around and seeing our averages and stuff like that, they will smooth out a little bit more and be at like 70, for example. But yeah, as you can see, it's much smoother, the experience. It's still not perfect, of course, but it wasn't perfect either with the 588 gig. Anyways, friends, that's it for the low settings. It runs, of course, above 60 FPS at all times, just like medium, but it doesn't stutter as much. So yeah, and that's due to the VRAM not being maxed out right there. We're using only 4.3 gigabytes. So I'm gonna stop it right there, guys. We got like a couple of more stutters by the end of it, but it's definitely smoother, right? So let's do high settings right now. Just disable the motion blur. Yes, I want to keep these settings. And okay, this is not bad. Well, I would have liked to see 60 FPS, of course, or 60 plus at high settings in this game with the 1660 Ti, but you gotta remember that it's raining, and rain actually lowers your FPS by like, what, 2-3%, I guess? So that's really minor anyways. But would be way closer to 60 on average if it wasn't raining basically, but you can't really choose the weather, you know. You can, however, just camp somewhere and wait for the weather to be good again if you don't really want to play with 58 FPS on average and you want to play with like 60 on average. But let's be real, guys, it's pretty much the same experience. It's still an okay experience. As you can see, I'm just running around. It's running well. Stutters aren't as pronounced as medium right now, maybe because on medium settings it was the first time that I was rendering everything, but our 1% lows are definitely way lower right now, so maybe it is actually stuttering just as much. And VRAM utilization on high is pretty much the same as on medium. You get like 300 more megabytes of utilization on high compared to medium, and in 8 gig cards like the 588 gig that I tested, it was actually consuming like 7.5 gigabytes of VRAM at these settings. So this is really intensive, my friends, okay, in terms of VRAM requirements. If you have a 4 gig card, it will even stutter on low and be kind of unplayable-ish. They should have optimized it better, guys, in my opinion, of course, and just compress those textures. Like, that will solve everything pretty much. And yeah, still okay, you know. The graphics look beautiful here at 1080p, and it's a close to 60 FPS experience here using these settings at this resolution, so I'm not mad about that. If it didn't stutter like whatsoever, it would be a very good experience here in this game. It just looks beautiful, guys. Okay, ultimate quality. Let's turn off motion blur, of course, and alrighty, it seems like it dropped by like 5 FPS, I guess. Yep, not too much. Well, it's in the 40s right now, so maybe 5 to 10 FPS less than high, which is not too bad. It's still playable. I feel like this game is completely playable at 30 FPS. It was intended to be played at 30 FPS. Oh my god, what the hell? Because it released in the consoles first, of course, 3 years ago. PS4 players were playing this 3 years ago, and we only got access to it right now, and it just runs like crap. In every GPU that doesn't have 8 gigabytes of VRAM at least. But yeah, I guess the 1660 Ti is not really doing a bad job here. It's just the stutters are killing it a little bit. And be aware that whenever you are playing a mission, a main mission and stuff like that, and not running around here, it will stutter a little bit more than what you're seeing right now, because it's constantly rendering new stuff in. It's gonna be a worse experience in cutscenes as well. I've seen a couple of stutters in cutscenes, so overall, it's not the best port. Obviously, it's far from the best. Actually, it's one of the worst ones, I think. But you might not feel that if you have an 8 gig card. You might feel like everybody's just complaining about nothing, but that's the reality of it, friends. It just sucks on anything that isn't an 8 gig card. But anyways, ultra settings still runs okay with an average above 50 FPS, which is pretty impressive over here in Horizon Zero Dawn. The game looks very gorgeous. I mean, it's so beautiful, this game. It dips sometimes into the 40s, it doesn't dip into the 30s, not even in the 1% lows with those goddamn pesky little stutters. So it's overall a pretty okay experience. You know, if you want to play this game maxed out, you can do so. And there we go. That's beautiful right now. Okay, low settings, as you can see, 2560 by 1440. I'm gonna click apply, nothing happens. That means that it's applied, obviously. And Wow, look at that. It looks really, really sharp. Not that you can tell because this is a video, obviously, but my monitor is actually 1440p, the native resolution, and I can obviously tell a massive difference, especially because it's a 32-inch monitor, so it's huge, and 1080p doesn't really look that good on 32 inches, in my opinion, of course. Those of you that have 32-inch monitors at 1080p, it might actually look a little bit better for you. I don't know. You can expect kind of like, what, a 60 FPS experience from what I'm seeing right here. Like, this is running slightly better than high settings at 1080p. But now we're at 1440. Now, would I play at 1080p high or 1440p low if I had a 1440p monitor? Let's put it like this. If my monitor was 27 inches or lower at 1440p, I will have no problems playing at 1080p with high settings and getting around 60 FPS. But at 32 inches, I guess even low settings actually looks kind of a little bit better than 1080p, just because the game gets way too grainy and the aliasing is way too pronounced at 1080p and 32 inches. But well, anyways, that's not the point of this video. Obviously, you want to know if you can run the games, and yeah, it can actually play this game pretty well at 1440p low settings, no problems whatsoever. Again, you only need like 30 FPS in a game like this, in my opinion, again. And oh, god damn it, why am I always out of ammo? Oh god, okay, I'm fine. Okay, yeah, there he is doing those cute things with their legs. Like, I actually like these things. Oh, did you see that? That's sometimes terrifying, but sometimes it's actually very cute. Oh, come on, stop hitting his armor. God damn it. Alright, so there we go. Everything is applied. 1440p, god damn it. Okay, and yeah, still running pretty good. So I just saved the game and it got a massive stutter, guys, so I'm gonna restart the counting system. We're still on medium settings, of course, at 1440p. The game still looks amazing at night, so I'm not really gonna skip that, you know? It just, wow. Look at this lighting. Oh my gosh, where is that coming from, actually? I want to see it. Oh my gosh. This game is so gorgeous, guys. Alright, so that's supposed to be moonlight, I guess. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, oh my, this looks so good, my friends. Holy crap, I will definitely play on medium with the 1440p resolution. Oh man, if you have a 1440p monitor, just forget about the 60 FPS. This just looks way too good right now. And of course, it still plays well. A couple of stutters here and there. Obviously, frame time graph is not really smooth, but oh Jesus, man, it just looks way too good. It's just, you just gotta enjoy these graph. What are you doing, both of you? Stop playing around. Okay, we're good. I think the lighting here is like the most impressive thing in this game, guys. It just looks so good. Look at the lights there coming from the robots. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Alright, so this is a problem apparently as well. This game never crashed on me once, but I've only played it for like 5 hours to benchmark and stuff. Let me see, 8 hours actually. So my first crash. Oh man, I've seen a lot of people complaining about that, by the way. Fix it, please, developers, come on, what is this? Anyways, 1440p, high settings, as you can see, without motion blur. Let's do this. Okay, so we're in the 40s right now, or high 40s actually. As long as it stays above 30, like 100% of the time, I say this is still a viable option if you want to play like this. In my opinion, guys, the main differences between high and medium in this game, in terms of graphics, is like the shadows are much blacker, if that's a word. Yeah, they're much more pronounced, as well as the ambient occlusion. The game has a little bit more contrast, I would say. It's definitely more contrasty. So yeah, that's what I noticed the most between medium and high, as well as maybe the draw distance of the trees and stuff like that. On medium settings, it just looks a little bit not very good looking. Yes. I want a thumbnail with the moon and stuff like that. The moon and this guy jumping at me. No, come on, jump at me, not there. Okay, let's go, buddy. Oh boy. Okay, no, that's not gonna happen. Hello, what are you doing to that rock, buddy? There is no time to do that. We're in a video. Have some respect. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna take out a few more robots and then we're gonna do the ultra settings at 1440p, which I think they should still be playable, guys. Like, impressively enough. People say that this is unoptimized, and it is, obviously, but that's mostly because of the stutters. The actual frame rate is not too bad for how the game looks, in my opinion. It just looks so beautiful. I'm gonna stop it right there. 47 FPS average, 39 1% lows. Let's do the ultra settings for a little bit here. I don't really recommend you to play on ultra, by the way, just because high looks very similar and it just runs a little bit better. So yeah, let's start counting our FPS once again and just run around and kill a few robots again. So I don't know why, friends, but at 1080p we were actually using more RAM, which is weird because if the game doesn't have enough VRAM, it actually starts using RAM as VRAM. So it makes sense that it actually uses, oh my gosh. So it makes sense that it starts utilizing like 13, 12 gigs of RAM, but right now it's actually using less RAM than at 1080p, so I find it very weird indeed. I'm not sure why that's happening. It doesn't really drop into the 30s. Maybe if there was a storm or something like that, it will drop into the 30s, but you know what? This is not bad, guys. Maxed out at 1440p, we're still getting 45 FPS on average with the 1660 Ti. Yeah, like, I will take it if it wasn't for the stutters, you know? And the frame time graph is actually very smooth right now, which I find very weird once again. I am not sure what the heck. This guy's a little bit more beefy than the usual watcher guy, I guess. Yes, they have something there. Okay, it just explodes. Fatal flaw right there in the design of these guys. What the hell is going on? I don't understand. I don't understand. How is this game running smoother at 1440p ultra than 1440p medium? Like, what the hell? But whatever settings you choose here with the 1660 Ti, it can actually handle it. And basically, it's playable at every single setting at 1080p or 1440p. That's my review of the performance with the 1660 Ti. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will hopefully see you in the next one. And as always, I love you all. Bye-bye.